Megan, thank you so much. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome to Susie Scott, my fabulous co-host, to wrap up today's presentations. If you're just joining us, I have a very, very great giveaway from Floform and very much needed $25 Starbucks gift card. If you've been somebody who's attending since this morning, thank you so much. We've had a great lineup, and this has been recorded, so there's going to be a lot of follow-up, and it's about time for a little afternoon coffee. Keep us going. So I am Hannah Tiffany. I represent the Interior Design Society Seattle chapter, and my co-host Susie Scott represents the NKBA. Just a couple housekeeping notes. You're an attendee, so your cameras are off and you're muted, but we encourage you to participate both in the chat box and in the Q&A, and my co-host Susie will be fielding the Q&A. And I'm gonna quickly, before I forget, share my screen. And screen 2, there we go, share. So yeah, so Susie is going to be fielding the Q&A at the end, sort of at the end of the presentation, and we have the raffle drawing at the end of the presentation. And now I'm just going to launch into it since we're running exactly on time. So I'm going to introduce Jessie Kemper. Jessie has worked with Floform countertops for 13 years. She's married with 2 beautiful daughters who are not in the camera field of view with her right now. I assume you're at home.
Yes.
And of course, she loves the outdoors and new adventures. All right, Jessie, are you ready?
I'm ready. Thank you.
Beautiful. Tell us.
Okay, well, thank you guys for having me today. I'm just going to go through a quick PowerPoint. It kind of talks about who Floform is, what we do, the services that we provide, and some of the products that we feature in our new square foot program. So our mission is to consistently provide our customers the best countertop purchasing experience. We have 13 locations throughout Western Canada and the United States. The branch that we have in the Seattle area is in Kent. You can see our original building there was off of Martin Luther King. We have upgraded to a much larger facility now. It's over 110,000 square feet of manufacturing and 5,000 square foot showroom. Floform started in 1961 in Winnipeg, and throughout Canada we do a lot of laminate and some other stuff. In the United States, we fabricate for all of our US locations, so a lot of what we produce actually gets shipped out to some of our other regions. So the shop that we have runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And just to kind of give you a perspective, we produce about 55 kitchens every day. We're committed to strong business partnerships. So we typically provide cost quotes back to you within about 24 hours. We do work a lot with CFM too. So just, you know, Garrett had a presentation just right before this, and so we do work with them quite a bit as well, and they do offer our services. Our lead times, we typically run 2 weeks from template to install.
Oh. Sorry, can you tell me which slide I need to be on?
That's okay, this one is good.
Okay.
Typically about 2 weeks from template to install. I will say that maybe like a lot of other people right now, we are pretty backlogged. So our lead times are a little bit further out than normal. So if you are considering doing a project with us, you would want to take that into consideration on your project timeline. When you work with us, we dedicate a customer service rep to each project. They work with you on setting your template and install dates and working with you on any customer service or follow-up that needs to be done once the project is completed. The first part of the process is a template. Floform does all digital templating. So we come out to the house, we use a ProLiner. Our guys all have a laptop and they go through with the customer all the details of the project. And then once that's all uploaded, it gets sent back to our shop. This is kind of an overview of what that CAD looks like before he leaves. So it has all the dimensions, the cutouts, the faucet holes, everything like that. Once we do that, if you have chosen a product that has a lot of pattern and variation, we can provide you with a photo layout. So we use this technology. It's based off of a program called Slabsmith. And essentially what we do is we have pictures of all of the inventory of our slabs. And so if you're choosing a color with high variation in design, we can actually show you what that's going to look like before we cut anything. So this slide is great because you can see in the picture on the left, there's a pretty harsh transition in the corner, and the customer didn't really like that. So what we ended up doing is we added some seams through the cooktop to get it to all flow the correct way. This is a really great way to set good customer expectations, especially if your customer's chosen a slab that does have a lot of pattern and movement, and they're very particular about how they want it laid out.
I'm gonna speak like, no, I love this, and I'm so glad you're showing it because speaking from a designer's perspective, homeowners don't always notice these kinds of things right off the bat. But one of the things that sets us apart as designers is having a resource like this where we can tell our clients, you know, hey, you know, this is really what I recommend for the layout. And then they start to see it the way that we see it. And then you're just adding value to their project because of resources like this that Floform can offer. So I love it, absolutely love it.
Thank you. It is really helpful in setting good expectations, especially, like I said, with those high variation patterns. It can get a little bit tricky. And, you know, I've worked with Floform for so long that back in the day, people wanted to, you know, come in with their cardboard templates and lay the templates on the slabs. And really, it's just so difficult to visualize when you're covering everything up and, you know, trying to figure it all out. And so this has just been so much more helpful. It's so much more hands-off. You know, they can open up their computer, see the screen, and see exactly what that's going to look like. So once that gets approved, it moves into fabrication. These are some pictures of our shop. Like I said, we have a really large facility. Everything is done on machine. The benefit of using machine fabrication is that you get really consistent overhangs, really good seam quality because it's just more precise cutting and tooling. And again, we're producing about 50 kitchens every day through this facility. Our install teams, typically a 2-person crew. Your average install for stone and quartz takes about 4 to 6 hours. They're gonna show up, and Floform tries to do very little fabrication on site. So, you know, we're not really doing a lot, and it can get kind of messy if you have to, but really the only thing we would cut out on site is a cooktop. In terms of seaming, we use the Gorilla clamps. That's the picture on the right-hand side, and that really pulls that seam nice and tight together, as well as kind of levels out the seam. Once we're done installing, they're going to go through a post-installation checklist with the customer, review any questions or concerns that the customer may have about their installation, and then review the warranty. So that's kind of the process of getting a project installed with us.
Jessie, how does it work when you as the designer are involved? Are those things reviewed with the designer or with the homeowner, with both?
It's typically all reviewed with the person who is on site. So, you know, if it's important for you to be part of that process, I would suggest being on site for those appointments. Yeah.
Awesome.
So this is a snapshot of our new square foot offering. I'm really excited about this. I think that we have really come to the table this year with a solid offering on so many different brands. So all colors within all of these brands are priced by the square foot. So we have handstone, we have our Infinity porcelain surfaces, the Cambria, the Silestone, Pentel quartz, Caesar stone. So just a really good lineup of all the the newer brands. This is kind of a quick snapshot of the Handstone product, which was one of our featured quartz. Floform is the distributor for this product. They have a lot of really great price points. So if you are considering something, you know, that needs a lower budget, I would suggest Handstone Group A or B product lineup. This is Strato. This is a higher group, but it is a really subtle, nice fading color. The next slide is the Handstone Royal Blanc. I know pure white is extremely popular right now. I personally don't care for it, but it is lovely. The Royal Blanc is a great crisp white, and it's a really good price point. So pure white quartz is extremely difficult for different manufacturers to make, because when they make it, they have to clean all the lines and make sure that there's no contamination in there. So this Royal Blanc is a really great price point if your customer is interested in that really stark white kitchen.
We had a conversation a little earlier about mint green coming back as a trend, a color and trend. I think we're starting to see a little more of that.
Yes. Okay, so Cambria, we do offer the Cambria product also by the square foot. So, you know, Cambria has a lot of really wild designs, super fun lineup with this product. If you go to the next slide, there's a picture of full height backsplash. I feel like this is something that we're seeing a little bit more of, to do the slab behind as the backsplash. I think it's a great trend if you are considering this. Obviously, you do want to consider weight. Also good to bring in an electrician, because of the slab thickness, sometimes you have to move the receptacles out a little bit. In addition, full height splash typically requires a second install trip. So we would have to template and install after the countertops are installed, but such a fun way to incorporate a backsplash. All right. This is Cambria Summerhill. I know farm sinks are still really popular and a great way to, you know, add that rustic look to your kitchen. And then the next is our edge details. So we offer, as a fabricator, we offer 7 different standard edge details. I think that's a pretty significant lineup. So you can get, you know, with your kitchen, you can get 7 profiles included in the price. A couple of those that maybe some fabricators would charge more for would be like the crescent or our volcanic edge, which is more like a bullnose. We also offer 3 upgraded 3-centimeter profiles, which would be the moraine, or that's like a chiseled edge, and then the boulder in the basin. We offer 4 6-centimeter profiles, which are 2 pieces glued together. I think I just saw a question about the most popular. The most popular is probably the Sea Cliff or the Summit edge. So just very square and modern. I think they're, you know, generally pretty timeless edge details.
What is the second most popular outside of those sort of eased ones?
You know, it's interesting. I see a lot of the crescent edge detail and the alpine edge detail. We also do a lot of the chiseled. I think that there's a unique look for that. You know, if you're doing something a little bit more rustic, maybe not through all of the kitchen, but definitely in certain areas, it can create a fun space.
Very cool. Yeah, I do like that chiseled too. And Paula says crescent is her all-time favorite, and I agree with that as well.
Solid surface. So we still do a fair amount of Corian. I know it's not, you know, as popular in the kitchen as it once was, but I find that it's a great surface for the bathroom. So a couple of reminders about Corian. It is one of the only products you can do the integrated sinks with. It's great for shower panels. You can do like no grout lines. So really the only, the lines are in the corners. And it's one of the only products you can use bleach on. So you can get a little more aggressive with cleaning, which, you know, in a bathroom can be really important. Also, kitchens, you know, it can make a great space. People talk about doing thinner countertops. Corian material is only 1/2 inch thick. So if you wanted to do something ultra modern and not build an edge up on it, this is a great option for that as well. It's a lighter weight material, so wrapping things is a little bit easier than trying to do something like that with stone as well. So kind of some fun pictures. Lastly, this is our new porcelain line that we started importing from Italy. We have had kind of a slow start with this product due to COVID. We actually brought it on last October, and then shortly after that, Italy got shut down, and then we got shut down. And so our launch has been a little bit slow. Our inventory levels have been a little bit slow, but we hope that by next year we will be at a better spot with this product. We do have some samples in the marketplace currently. So I'm just going to touch on it briefly, but essentially large format porcelain is kind of what people are talking about as, you know, the new countertop surface up and coming from quartz. Why would you want to choose it? It's one of the most widely used materials in the world for floors and wall coverings. I'm sure you've all used it in one way or another for tile. This is the same thing, it's just large format. Infinity is part of a bigger umbrella. The company itself is only 2 years old, but the parent company of Infinity is, oh my gosh, I just totally lost my train of thought. It's, oh shoot, they make Mirage tile. I can't think of it at the moment, sorry.
Well, I just want to commend you for I want to commend you for bearing with on the slide movement here, because you are doing an amazing job.
Thank you. It is weird not having control of my own slides, but so the company itself has been in business for over 50 years producing tile. So we're really excited about this product specifically. One of the things that we learned while touring the facility is that the way that this product is manufactured is that it has a lot less tension in the slab. So, you know, as designers, you know, you may have been trying to specify porcelain, but get a little bit of resistance from your fabricators. And the reason why is because it is a challenging surface to work with. And sometimes if you don't have the right tooling or you're not slowing your machines down, the product can break. And so with the Infinity, there's a lot less of that because there's not as much tension built up in the slabs. A lot of people want to choose it because it's heat resistant, and a lot of the advertising and marketing materials will show, you know, people making creme brulee or using the torch with this material. And it is an extremely heat resistant material. However, you can thermal shock it. And so just like with any surface, we do recommend using trivets. Outdoor spaces have become extremely popular. This is an excellent product for an outdoor space. It is not going to fade with sunlight, where quartz has a resin in it, and so does granite. If you put it outside and it's in direct sunlight, it will fade over time. And it's not covered under warranty. So this is a great product for that.
So we have a great question from Angela that's right along that lines about what is the real difference between large scale sintered porcelain and sintered stone?
So I think the process of sintering is that pressing, it's the press that it goes in. So I'm definitely not an expert in the field, but sintered stone and porcelain are, I think, one and the same. The process of sintering is what creates the porcelain. And so it essentially presses that clay that it's manufactured with. And as it heats up, it's sintering it essentially. if I understand it correctly. So we, Infinity has a very large color palette, and Floform is only importing about 20 different colors. So I recommend using our website, not Infinity's website. We're also only importing specific thicknesses. So we're doing all colors in the 12 millimeter, which is 1/2 inch thick. And then some colors are going to be available in the 20 millimeter, which is 3/4 inch thick material. We have 4 different edge profiles, and some of them are only available with the 2 centimeter material. So like the shark nose and the micro bevel, you could only do with the 2 centimeter. The square wrap and the miter are more for the 1/2 inch. And most people choose a miter because the one thing with porcelain that is important to remember is that it is not a through body material. So the print or the graphics are only on the top. They don't go through the edge. So like if you see the, you know, the white veining, the edge detail is going to be whatever the base of that tile is, which would be like white. Or if it's a black, it would be a black base. So
yeah, see, we had one question that tied into the edge profiles, and I'm not sure if this is for the porcelain or for quartz or just in general, but one of our attendees was wondering what the best edge profile is to have to avoid or reduce chipping. So I think you just answered that with the porcelain, doing the mitered edge maybe.
Anything with a radius is going to help minimize chipping. The micro bevel would be a great one for the porcelain, or the miter is a little bit, but anything super square is going to be a little more prone to chipping. And typically where we see the most is above the dishwasher. So tell your kids to be careful when they're unloading the dishes.
Thank you.
So in this application, you can see the fireplace in addition to the kitchen. It's definitely a little bit more modern look, but again, great way, super modern, fun look. There's lots of different applications you can use it for. Obviously, countertops is just one. You can use it for wall claddings. You can use it for flooring. You can use it for tub or shower surrounds. Furniture pieces, reception counters. And again, outdoor spaces is really ideal, especially in like an outdoor kitchen environment. It's the best product you can put outside. So that is it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've definitely seen some trends towards outdoor spaces, kitchens, outdoor kitchens, and all the rest. So that's, you know, having these materials available to us is huge.
And I think as people are staying home more, they want to create these spaces in their homes that are a lot more like a retreat. So definitely, I feel like we are seeing a lot more people remodel their patios and add some fun stuff to the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. How are we doing on questions, Susie?
I think we have just a couple. One of them, they wanted to know the brands of slabs and other countertop materials you have available. I believe you had that in one of the slides previously where you called out there was Cambria and Silestone and Honstone. So maybe
it is,
yeah, I don't know, maybe we
slide
can
number 13. I don't know if you can go to that again.
Yeah, maybe we can go back and then they can get a screenshot of that. And I'm sure all of this information is on your guys' website as well, as far as the brands you carry and what can be used for countertops and wall cladding and all that good stuff.
Yeah. With the products in this specific slide, these are the ones that we do with square foot pricing. So you're really only buying what you need for the project. If you want something outside of this program, we certainly probably can do it. It's just not going to be as priced as aggressively as something that would be within this palette.
Okay. And then for your sintered stone, would they be able to find the brands that you carry on the website, or is it just the one that we looked at earlier?
So the Infinity brand is our, and we do have on Floform's website, we have all the colors that we are importing. Infinity does have a lot of other colors. So if you were to go to their website, you would probably see a lot more, but we're not importing all of those. So I'd recommend viewing them from Floform's website.
Okay. And then was the Infinity in the square foot pricing?
It is in square foot pricing, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Boy,
thank you guys.
you have been a trooper today, Jessie, because your slides were fantastic, and I was a little bit all over the place with it. But I think that that's a really great way to start out our raffle drawing here for our gift card, our Starbucks gift card. I sure know I could use some coffee in my life right now. All right, everybody ready for this raffle? And then we'll start with Estima Ceramica after this. So let's do this raffle.
All right. I'm ready. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay. It is Barbara Weatherford. If you are still here, can you raise your hand?
Well, I happen to know that Barbara won earlier today, so we're just going to have to do somebody else.
Okay, let's spin again. We're spinning right now. One moment, please. Oh no, she just left. I saw Paula Kennedy. She just said she was going to a client meeting.
Well, Paula also won something today. I don't know how this happened because we have dozens of people on the call, so.
Okay.
It's proof that this is truly random.
Really funny. It just pulled up Vanessa Wolf. Are we allowed to have Vanessa Wolf win?
Yes, Vanessa.
Okay.
If you're here, please raise your hand. Vanessa, are you here with us? She's probably going to get some coffee of her own.
Probably.
We're running a little short on time, Vanessa. Let us know if you're there. Otherwise, we'll make Susie do this one more time.
I'm going to spin just in case.
Please do.
Okay. Vanessa, we're forfeiting you.
Nothing from Vanessa. Let's move. Let's see who else is our lucky winner today.
Okay. I just want to make sure I typed the last name in right real quick. Jasmine Brooks.
Jasmine, how about you?
Oh, yeah. I saw her hand went up.
Jasmine, fabulous. We're going to connect you with Jessie to get all the details worked out. Thank you for being here. Jessie, thank you for presenting on Floform.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it, and we appreciate your support of both the NKBA and IDS.